fucking rodents walking around out here, man.
Yeah.
And he's being on top of it. Look at these motherfuckers. They're proud in their ignorance, in their low
state,
man. I just look at these people that they really think they're something.
Yeah.
You know? They really think they're fucking something. Look at these people, man.
Hey, what is a term in the world they use? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah.
You know, so the Most High is allowing that great pride. Because it wouldn't that be even that much more, you know, a delight to see people fall in their height of their pride?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You know?
Well, hey, we'll go back to Esau.
Yeah.
They go back to Esau. That's King Marshall used to say.
Good.
When they go back to Obadiah.
The pride
Behold, thou exalt thyself to the clouds, and thy excellency
reach to the heavens.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's it.
So the Most High want Esau to be at his height. That's why the Lord said He's going to let this devil implement that new world order. He's going to let him implement the MOTB. You understand? And then the other scripture says, and as soon as he is about to eat,
that's it.
Yeah.
Like basically, he might not even get to take a little nibble, and the Lord gonna snatch the plate from him.
That's it. You've eaten long enough. Now stop being greedy.
When he's about to feed his belly.
Get to the nitty. Yeah, right. Good.
Yeah, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
The Lord is gonna allow. Listen, the Lord is going to allow Esau to set up the new world. He's gonna implement it.
That's right.
But he's not going to have no time to sit down and enjoy it.
Right.
Because the scriptures tell us that we know he's going to end. That's prophecy. The chip, the mark of the beast is going to be implemented in the earth.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to get the chip. This devil's going to implement the new world order, man.
That's it.
But as soon as he does it, boom.
That's it. The Lord's going to drop the hammer on him. You know?
That's it. He ain't gonna be no, okay, well, he gonna get another 10 years to rule and just have to work. The world, and then not, at that point, enough is enough.
Yeah, this place is fucked up as it is. It's gotta go.
Yeah. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You had something?
I got this little precept. This is 2 Peter 2:9. And I always meditate on this precept all the time. 2 Peter 2:9, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you got it.
Okay, yep. It said the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, right? And that great temptation, the hour of temptation is coming where the apostle recalls going into that MOTB, the MOTB system being set up. The Lord is going to allow Esau, Edom to implement this system. We are going to see people take the MOTB. You're gonna have people putting brain chips inside, inside their bodies. You know, and when people do that, you think people are proud now. How much more then, when people are actually merging themselves with Esau's technology? Pride is only going to increase. So even as Ezra, the angel told Ezra, a greater evils than the things that you see are going to be happening. Just vaguely paraphrasing. Okay, we're going to see great evil. All right, which that's why the Most High, also says that he's going to speed up the time for the elect's sake.
That's it.
Because no flesh will be saved, because this damn devil is coming down with that wrath. But it's really Yahweh Bashima Shai closing the door on this bitch, man.
That's it.
Turning the lights off on this bitch. Really, when Esau comes down, that's when the Most High, all right, we done. We about to go into the kingdom now.
Yeah, your bills due.
Okay,
that's when it's time to go.
That's when it's time to go. So we actually getting pumped up as we get closer to the end. Okay, it says and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Now, to reserve something is to set something aside. Okay, to set something aside. So the Lord is allowing the wicked to do wickedly, to build up that tab, all for the day to be punished for judgment. So that's why Big Shirley's, that's why these moles, these lesbos, these idolaters, these wicked Israelite leaders, the Most High is allowing them to keep going. He's putting a battery in their back, and they don't get hit with the demons that attack us. They don't get plagued like we get plagued, because the Most High is keeping them in their lot to fulfill that in order for him to come down on that wrath and take them out at the end, man.
Yeah,
make an example.
Oh, you make an example, because then you got to realize they think they winning.
Mm-hmm.
They think they win. All that, man. All that. These wicked pop the balloon show. Mm-hmm. All these wicked evil women talk on the Fresh and Fit. You know, with the Come On Brothers and these wicked. Whether you're a Big Shirley, whether you a wicked bitch, whatever you are. Like, and that happened to me. There's a scripture on that too.
Oh, because sentence against an evil work.
Get that. Let me get that. We'll end it on that. I mean, let's not something else.
Ecclesiastes 8:11.
No, I got it.
Hey, we'll end it on that because we're at the camp now. But hey, we doing the work right here.
That's it.
So it don't matter. You know, we doing this video. We're doing the work. When we're done with this video, we're gonna go out here on the camp. But we're doing the work, so ain't no rush.
That's it.
But whatever.
Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Yeah, right, because the Most High doesn't come and judge you immediately, right? The minds of the people, the heart of the people is fully set. I mean, there's no way you can get these people out of doing their wickedness because they've been successful at it. You know, if you've been doing something so long and it's working, why would you stop?
Yep.
And they don't have any mind or what. How does the Most High think about this? Does the Lord does the Most High, does God, does he like my behavior on the earth? They don't. When we wake up in the morning, we just letting me wake up.
Yep.
You know, Lord's walking. You can give me some inspiration to do some videos today, Lord. Yep. You know, we pray for my family, pray for the brothers, send up healing prayers. Yep. You know, rebuke Satan prayer. Those are the spiritual sacrifices that we're doing on a daily basis, praying without ceasing. When these people wake up, they wake up. How can I please myself? You know what I mean? How can I be a demon on the planet Earth?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Cause chaos, fuck somebody over, steal, kill, destroy. Yeah. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the spirit of these people, because so as the ruler of the city is, so are the people.
So are the people. That you absolutely right. So the 2/3 of Israel, when you look on YouTube, in case I'm putting the videos I'll be doing, and I'll be speaking on this, like these fat black Big Shirleys, they wake up because that's what they were taught, is learned behavior.
Yep.
Well, let me go to Walmart and steal, and then when the white man catch them, they want to go crazy. Or Pookie, whatever. Like, let me wake up and just be a nigga, be a demon, because it's learned behavior. It's learned behavior. Because look, that's what my mama did, and my mama.
Yeah.
My mama is always
my mama.
My mama's mama, the mother, the grandmother, the great grandmother. Like these niggas walking around here today. Excuse me. These little pookies and ravens with the dreadlocks. Gotta have the dreadlocks. Their mama, their grandmama, their great grandmama. That's why you see niggas like this walking around. Look at this nigga on camera. See, an mentally disturbed. I can already look at the nigga and see he's mentally and emotionally disturbed. Because he was raised by, I know, bro, these bitches are psychos.
Yep.
He's psychotic. Just by the way he's walking. He might be a mole. I don't know. Maybe he's not. But he's a mentally, emotionally disturbed nigga. You know, he'll go, ah, ah! Because these little dudes are traumatized.
Yeah.
Because they were raised by these psychotic, deranged fucking women. So they wake up, yo, okay, what craziness can I do?
Yep. and they continue to perpetuate those emotions, those demons, because the Most High hasn't brought judgment yet. Because judgment in a righteous man, when judgment comes to a righteous man, he considers, oh shit, well, I must have been doing something wrong. I gotta change my ways. Oh man, the Lord, he can take me out. This is judgment. Yep. So you're gonna consider, okay, I gotta do better. These people, when judgment comes, I gotta go harder in wickedness. I gotta double down. I gotta double down in wickedness. You know, I gotta go hard. See, I didn't do it right. I should have shot the nigga 10 times instead of 3 times. You know?
Yeah.
I should have you know, climbed through the window and committed adultery. You know, I should have did like this.
Yeah.
You know, I should have cooked the crack like that, and I could have sold it. You know, these things that these demons be, you know, in their mind. Like Jake go to prison, and Jake become a bigger demon.
Well, everybody knew that. You know what? That's an old story. People say jail don't really rehabilitation.
Nope.
When you go to jail, I knew about that since when I was a little kid. And I heard folks say jail just make them better criminals.
Yeah.
Because all the niggas, when you go to jail, basically you around other criminals and you learn the skill. What you in for? What you in for?
Yeah. It's a den of demons.
Yeah. It's like
you know?
It's a college for criminals.
A college. There you go. A college for you're learning how to be more of a demon, more of a criminal. You're not there to be rehabilitated. You're there to conjugate with other demons to build you up into being a greater demon, so you can go back out there into regular society and cause more chaos in the earth.
And Esau got this devil. He got the whole thing set up. The white man's the devil. The so-called white man is the devil. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This man's the goddamn fucking devil. Because he know what he's doing. The whole jail system is wicked. He knows that. Come on, real brother. No, man, get the fuck out of here. Because what he slap these criminals on the wrist. Especially Jake. Jake will go to jail. There's niggas that go to jail that should never be let out. But Esau let them out.
Because they want the chaos. Order out chaos. Order out of chaos.
Yeah, well, Esau is wicked because a lot of these niggas should be put to death. Really, the crimes that they committed, if you go back into the scriptures, a lot of these niggas shouldn't even be on the earth. But what do? They get with Big Shirley and they procreate more demons on the earth.
Exactly. That's what I'm. Yeah, the Lord want that, and those be the main niggas. Them fresh out Pookies and Ray Rays that's out here killing and shit. But then their mothers were big. Like, bro, it's the generational curse. All these little maniacs out here, their mothers were Big Shirley or Keisha, and their fathers were Pookies and Ray Rays. Their grandfathers and grandmothers were Pookies.
Damn, that shit sound crazy.
It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
And you know what? All these big, I watch the shit on YouTube. I'm pregnant. These Big Shirleys stay pregnant and Keishas. Because that Esau, the clone Tyrone, Esau actually programmed these motherfuckers to procreate, to keep these monsters coming back.
Damn.
And creating chaos. Clone Tyrone. You better call up Tyrone. Call it.
When them come calling.
Right? Remember that song? Yeah, Erica by Doo-Doo. Right? See, so Esau, it all go back to this devil. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we know the white man's the devil, but then when we go to Job 20:4, we know what's going to happen to your fucking ass, you goddamn devils. It all go back to you, man. So we know what's going on according to the scriptures. You going to pay, man. The party's over. You know what I mean? It's over, daddy. Scriptures say that, man. Like I said, once again, I brought the scripture out in the video I did earlier today. 2nd Ezra's 9:1.
Yep.
That's all I got to say to you, motherfucker. All right, you gonna pay, man. Y'all gonna pay. You devils are going down. And then once again, we go back to Obadiah. Hence what I bring thee down. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Which pursues back to Job, Job 20:4. See little rodents like this, walking around looking at little rodents.
Latin rodents.
Latin, Hispanic rodents. That's why I'm glad Trump is getting you niggas out of here. walking around trying to look all hard and ice grill. But them little bastards, you know, they're let loose to do what they do.
Yeah.
See, and the only thing that makes them tough is them little guns and they're supplied with them guns. But take them guns off these little bastards. Without a gun, you like I'd body slam your ass on this concrete. You know what I'm saying? Little punks like that. But they, you know what I'm saying? But yo, relieve them of them guns. A lot of these little motherfuckers, they you know what I mean? It's like how they say with an animal, if you neuter an animal, or if you take the teeth out of a jaguar, you know,
it's no good.
Oh, well, the scriptures say, break their teeth, O Lord. Break the teeth of the young lion with that Psalms, the 10th chapter, in their mouth.
Yeah, dealing with Esau, but you could have, you could say it just in general.
Yep.
It's useless.
Yeah, man, but just not good, man. We gonna stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shem and Hawashai. We gonna keep prophesying, man.
That's it.
And we're gonna keep doing what we gotta do. The Lord is gonna, like you said, y'all brought it out. Because sentence against the evil, all these little rodents walking around that think they're tough and invincible because they got guns and all this other shit. And these wicked ass evil women, and even Esau, this devil. That's why I was quoting Obadiah. You know what I mean? Thence will I bring thee down. Esau think he ain't going down. Trump ain't making America great again. He ain't gonna do shit. I know he gonna do what the Lord let him do, but then that's it. Trump don't even understand the Lord is using him. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But with that, man, y'all got any other points you want to bring out?
No, that's it.
All right, brothers. So with that, man, we say shalom to you,
Shalom.
of the hopeful elect, man. We hope the video was edifying, man. We're gonna get out here and get out into this camp.
Yep.
And we say shalom to you, brothers of the hopeful elect. The rest of you guys, if you're not of the elect, fuck you.
That's it.
Fuck you, man.
Bottom line.
All right? Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Soldiers, warriors, conquerors.
Oh yeah, you still want this in Jeremiah? Read it again. You got it? I got it, that Ezekiel. Okay. Read that Jeremiah and then we'll get Ezekiel.
This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 8. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither.
Right. That's the remnant. And the scriptures say women gonna be saved through childbirth. So right when that woman is getting ready to give birth, the Lord can change her and the child in her. Right. Okay, you're gonna have women giving birth to children, they're gonna be changed. We all gonna be resurrected back to our original estate. Okay? So the remnant of Israel is associated with being fruitful and multiplying. You need spirits on earth to be delivered, right? Go ahead. Ariella?
Yeah. This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 25. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever.
They and their children, and their children's children forever. Forever.
Yes, sir.
Children forever. Right? That's written in the Holy Scripture. So where are those children gonna come from?
Stork. Right. Duh.
I mean, it's in the Scriptures.
Yeah.
Somebody get that in Zechariah, the 8th chapter, like around the 3rd verse. Go ahead.
And my servant David shall be their prince forever.
Right. So I mean, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Jake is crying for a kingdom they don't even want. Jake don't want no kingdom where they can't be fruitful and Like, what? That's not a true kingdom.
Right.
What does a king do? Okay, he conquers and he forwards his seed. Okay, and sets up his dominion on the planet Earth, man, in the region he rules. Well, the earth is gonna belong to Yahweh Shai. So the earth is huge. You mean to tell me you're gonna have a king with a city blessed to him as big as Texas, a region of the earth just for you? Because each of the 144 are gonna control, how I see it, certain regions of the earth. It starts at Jerusalem in the Promised Land. That's the government, right? But we're gonna spread throughout the whole. You mean to tell me this man owns land the size of Dallas and he got one woman? No, you can do a lot with this land if you spread your seed, and then your children can have certain portions of it. It's endless. But this earth was made to be inhabited. Right. I believe that's in the book of Isaiah. He didn't make this earth in vain. He made it to be inhabited and enjoyed. It was paradise at one point. Go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter, you want an 8, right?
Yeah.
Like 12? Okay. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 4. Thus said the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem.
Start at the verse before that.
Right. Verse 3. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, I am returned unto Zion and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth.
City of truth. See that? City of truth, man. Go ahead.
And the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain.
That's the government. That's the garden eastward in Eden, starting at Jerusalem, where the Lord intended Adam to rule over the whole, earth, rule over Eden. So under Yahweh Shai, we're going to return to that region, and we're going to set up a righteous government, man. And the earth is going to be cleaned up. You see that? And this is going to lead to the laws being implemented is going to lead to the whole earth, all right, smelling good, looking good. Everything is going to return to its order. And that's the only kingdom that this earth will ever flourish under, is the kingdom of the Israelites. Now, it flourished under certain heathen to a degree, but eventually, moral decay, death, destruction. All right, go ahead.
Right. Thus said the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age.
Right, and that doesn't mean he's gonna be crippled. He's just gonna be on the earth longer.
Yep. Meaning he's gonna have a good, long, healthy life.
Right, and the dynamic between grandchildren and grandmothers, grandparents, it helps them to live longer.
Yep.
It gives them a sense of purpose. I'm looking at my son's children or my daughter's children, and it's a bond. Yeah. Well, that's going to be the same sentiment in a whole nother level that we can even imagine. It said little children are going to be running through the streets. Your little child can't run through these streets. You get hit by a car.
Right.
Abducted.
Yeah, taking it.
Offered some drugs.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Man, I was listening to this story. Man, I was in the shop with Bon Supply. One of his clients came in and was telling the story of his cousin's daughter. She took her baby to the baby daddy's house because she was working some job where she couldn't watch the baby. So she was like, hey, can you watch the baby? This nigga just letting anybody come through the house. Yes, he was selling fentanyl. The kid eats the fentanyl, dies. You can't even, this is a wicked world, man.
It's perfect. When children are a prey, that's a horrible environment. When children are safe, that's a horrible environment. And the kingdom of heaven offers safety for all children, even the heathen children. Okay? Under the law, statutes, and commandments being implemented, there ain't gonna be no such thing as pedophilia running rampant and unchecked. Because you got all of this pedo behavior, but nobody's going to jail.
No PDF files.
Nobody's going to jail. Here it is. They talk about they got the Epstein list. They keep talking about this Epstein list, but nobody's getting arrested.
Nobody's getting nothing.
R. Kelly's talking about almost everything.
Yeah. Okay, if you got the list Where are the arrests? Because these are some very sadistic acts. But this is the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
It's not rooted in any form of justice. Evildoers, all right, flourish, right? And what does that lead to, man? See, we're saved. We're not saved.
Yeah, yeah.
I really didn't want to let the man beat
Gone.
me. I was just in there.
He's being kind.
I just had to even though, the camera.
But-
Bro.
Hey, that's how it is. They saw the spirit.
You think you in a concrete prison right now? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in super. You're gonna be like you say. You're gonna be in super hell when that MOTV comes out. But the thing about it is that the way they're gonna market it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna market the MOTV to make it dope. It's gonna that's why you got the whole thing with Neuralink and Synchron. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now you got somebody who could be a complete paraplegic. Like I'm talking about crippled crippled in a chair, can't talk, can't move. I'm talking about Stephen Hawking. So, you through, sovereign, done, right? But you got a big ass set of goggles on your head, with a chip in your head, big ass white goggles, and you over here looking through the goggles. You flip through the channels. Right. You telling that you controlling the heat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the thermostat. Changing starting music, right? And it's all happening from you thinking about it.
Man, hey bro, you gotta watch that new movie that came out on Netflix with old boy from Guardian of the Galaxy and the chick from Stranger Things. What's her name? Billy, whatever her name is. It's about technology and AI and stuff. Yeah. Basically, you know what I'm saying? These people will be able to put on guards, they will be able to put on like this fucking VR headset, and it will control a robot, like something like something like that. They would be able to put this technology on, and then they'll be able to walk around with a fucking robot scan. You know what I'm saying? Be able to control the world. That's what the brother going into, bro. Yeah.
And they already got it. They already got the goggles, man. They already got the goggles where you put them on, and like I said, somebody could be completely disabled. Somebody could be completely disabled. You know what I'm saying? And now they can control. Now they got a smart house. Now you got like smart refrigerators and things of that nature. You know what I mean? They already have it. Why did Elon Musk just patent pretty much telekinesis through Neuralink? You know what I'm saying? Why is that the case? Because telekinesis is like using your mind, man. Right. You know?
And how convenient is Elon Musk is in there with the president?
Exactly.
But the MOTB is Christianity, right? Embargo and all that other crap. But here it is, they got the man in there that can make it happen. You got Trump in there making all kind of erratic moves, and then this guy's whole thing was always been about the brain see him.
Yep.
He always talk about the dangers of AI, but he's pushing for the AI.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Right. It's literally right before your face. Trump said that
we're going to enter into the biometric entry-exit system.
The biometric entry-exit system.
Right. Why?
He just randomly said that he was just bullshitting. Right. DJ Trump Donald was just bull. I mean, of course he'd be saying a lot of shit, but that he was told to say that.
Yep.
Right. You got something about it?
This is 2nd Esdras 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that's what, like you just mentioned, we see what's going on. And like I said, with Musk getting off with Trump, that is not a coincidence. All right.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, with all the AI, now he's trying to basically speed things up.
Right.
That's definitely not a coincidence. That's why you got to think. We know what's going on, and that's why we mentioned earlier being those watchmen. We got to report these things through the Spirit.
That's it. Hey, because I'm sorry, brother. At the end of the day, that's been the plan the whole time.
Right.
Get everybody micro C here.
Right.
For what? Total control. Hey, the motto is what? China. The credit score system.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're pushing out, because that credit score system helps to control people.
Of the social credit, yeah. The
Social credit
Yep,
system,
yep.
because it helps to control people, because they're gonna want to, they don't want to be locked out of the system, so they have to be forced to comply, because that's the system that they have. They can't operate with no other system.
Right.
See, with cash, you can operate in different systems. But with this whole digital system, if you don't comply, guess what? You're going to be pushed out. You're not going to be able to function. And it's not like you have a whole community of people that are willing to work with you.
Right.
Everybody's trying to get on that digital system.
Right. Yep.
That's what they want. Because everybody else is on it. And they made this, especially the younger generation, they made it to where it's something that you have to have.
Right.
It's the latest fashion, the latest fad, so you have to be a part of it, otherwise you're a square.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're cut out. And everything is made so convenient that most people are going to want to take the micro C hip because of convenience. But like Elder Pastor said years ago, that convenience is going to lead to a lot of people's destruction.
Right.
But y'all got
it's going to be a snare like the apostle was going into beautifully, man. Because like you said, everything is rooted around convenience and making things quote unquote easier. We're going to make things more safer for you. It's going to be more secure. You don't got to worry about losing your wallet if your wallet's inside of you. You got to worry about, having somebody steal your identity or your social security number when it's inside of you.
Yeah, because the new movie, even the old movie, Total Recall, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the one with Colin Farrell, they show you what? That he had to cut by his wrist to pull out that pad, the dialing pad for the phone. We're showing you that that everything for the future is all based off of, this digital technology.
Right.
Y'all remember that chick that was talking to her mother, and I guess her father, and she had the phone in her hand and she was talking.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's not something that they just did as a gimmick.
Right.
That's something that they want to do. They want to merge man with machine. This is what the knowledge shall increase is about.
Right.
You have something?
This is Rock chapter 20 and verse 12 in the GNT. It says, sometimes what seems like a real bargain can turn out to be a very expensive mistake.
Damn. You got to read that again, brother. God,
It's Rock 20 and 12 in the GNT.
Yeah.
It says, sometimes what seems like a real bargain can turn out to be a very expensive mistake.
Right, because that very expensive mistake is going to lead to your destruction.
Right, exactly.
Because what's the penalty for taking the micro C hip?
Death.
That's it. And the Lord said you're going to die by those missiles.
Yep.
So you're going to have a lot of people that's going to die in the famines. You're going to die in different deaths. But the people that take the micro C hip here in America, their destination is with the lake of fire.
Right.
But y'all got it.
It would also just land back to the previous sword.
Yeah.
That cancerous sword, they're gonna be walking around all radioactive, bleeding out their ears, their nose, their mouth, zombified, just pale or hella sick.
And people are they going to be willing to do it because they're already walking around like that.
Yep.
With all these different, medications and shit that they're taking.
Yep.
They're all fucked up zombified, and without that medication, they can't operate.
Right. Yep.
They're on what, like 20 different prescription pills,
Oh, man.
or more. That I'm being nice.
Yeah, he lowballing.
Being a little too nice today. I gotta get out that nice guy Eddie spirit,
Yeah, man. So it take that was a beautiful scripture right there, man, because it's gonna like we're going into, it's gonna seem like it's convenient, it's good for you, But the elite are gonna have it to whereas, they're gonna cause an event to make it to whereas you need it.
Right? Yeah.
Whereas it's not gonna really be it, and the option is gonna either A, you're gonna need it because you want to eat, you still want to function in society, because it ain't gonna be no upper class, middle class, lower class. No, it's going to be the super rich, and everybody is going to be on the same level underneath it.
That's it.
Point blank period. It ain't gonna be no, oh yeah, man, I get paid know, I'm getting paid $50,000 a year. Oh yeah, well, you know, I'm getting paid. No, you're gonna have a UBI, universal basic income.
That's it.
You're gonna have and you're gonna on your chip. You're gonna have a particular amount per month that you're going to have to use. And if you don't use it, it ain't like it's gonna carry over to the next month.
You're gonna lose it.
You're gonna lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it.
That's it.
You're gonna be getting fed fucking cockroach burgers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what show you that? You ever seen the movie Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
Remember that, right? Remember the protein bars? The protein bars are made out of goddamn cockroaches. And motherfuckers was fighting over that shit. You know, it looked like them old ass cell phones from back in the days. You know, and they was fighting over that shit.
I believe in the book of Snowpiercer, I think in the movie it shows like cockroaches, but I think in the movie it was like the people that had died.
Humans.
Damn.
Yeah, they was grinding them up.
Oh, you know what brings that out too? Soylent Green. That's right. What's that? I think that was in the 70s or something like that with Charleston Heston. You know, he said, "Don't eat it. It's people." So
And it's right before your eyes because they're already doing that right now.
yeah.
They already doing that right now with the McDonald's and Beyond Meat.
Yeah.
You know, they telling you openly, like, you know, they're starting to put insects into the food for school lunches for protein. They already telling you. Right. You got that scripture, brother?
You shall eat the bugs. Remember
Yeah,
your man,
you know?
Cotton Schwab?
Yeah, and you gonna like it too.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, man, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's pretty much what they telling you. You gonna sit down and eat this cockroach burger? I'm gonna beat your ass.
Damn,
They're like,
trash.
well, damn. You know?
So if I can say this, because it says in Revelation 13, it said basically, you know, those who did not, he calls it all.
I'm holding it right now.
Small and great, rich and poor.
I'll read it for you.
Yeah, where it goes in that should be put to death.
I was gonna be
Okay, Slocky.
No, you break it down. No, you break it down. The spirit went to the company. I was told. Revelation 13. I'm gonna start at verse 13. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm starting at verse 13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men."
Yeah, that's the beast system now. That shot bombs, rain bombs down on these nations. And these nations, they saw that. They got afraid. No other nation was able to bring fire down from heaven. Remember, Elijah was able to do that, but I was the prophet of the Lord. Right. Nobody else can do that.
Nope.
There was no other history of that actually happening, and this man was able to do. So that spooked these different nations. That brought them down into subjection.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Even Russia had to stop what they were doing and invest into their arsenal because when bombs dropped back in 1945, they was like, oh shit, we got to do something. That's why there was a big fight, a race to get those German scientists. They call it the arms race. And half of them, or however many, went up to Russia. The other half came to America in the Manhattan Project. Because from what I understood in the movie Oppenheimer, it was Einstein, I believe, that he told the president at the time that Hitler was building these bombs. So so they were trying to get the technology transferred over to America. But y'all got it.
Yeah, that's when you think about it, that's godlike power, right? To be able to rain, that is godlike power. To be able to rain fire down from heaven, where you can hit a button and it can come in centimeters of where you typed in that coordinate, and there's no defense against that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, a bunker, but shit, you can destroy everything to where the bunker still has to have oxygen from the ground level. Exactly. You can destroy all that. Okay.
They got the different laser beams that they can shoot down from the satellite. And you already see that. Yeah, the great energy weapons, man. They got something called the rod of God.
I was gonna say because the brother had mentioned about that's a God-like fire. In that movie Oppenheimer, they liken Oppenheimer to Prometheus. When you first watch the movie, the opening scene, when you first watch the movie, it come on and says it brings up Prometheus, how he stole the fire from the gods. That's why they like an Oppenheimer too. They know that this technology, that fire that it can produce is divine fire.
That's because I was gonna say he did get it from the gods. Right. He did get it from the gods. The Most High gave it to him on that left-hand side. But he doesn't give the Most High his credit. So the Lord's gonna come back with his right hand and destroy him. Which is Yahushua. First by the preaching of the word,
which the prophets were able to cast fire out of their mouths. This is starting spiritually with the fire right now. He's being burned up, okay, by the words of Yahweh Shemal Shai. So we're going to spit his spiritual fire, but that's going to actually manifest physically. Okay, because spiritual power is coming.
Just as the prophets of Baal was jumping around and touching themselves, doing all these different ritualistic things, but we speak the word and it came down. That's to a degree. You know, to a degree, if y'all catch what, you know, Isaiah 47. Get your monks prognosticators and your stargazers and have them prophesy to these and stop these things that are getting ready to happen. That's it. See? I'm ready to continue. Okay. Revelation 13 and 14, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which...
No, Slack, I was just going to, when you were coming up, you guys were talking about Elon Musk and the brain chips and the technology. The people are being deceived by Esau's technology. Yeah. You know, by the iPhone. That's like a wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, that is spiritual power on the left hand side.
The apple on the back with the logo.
And that's what's going to, yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what's going to deceive the world.
That's it.
You know, because that's true. The apple, even though it's not, we know it's not wasn't an apple in the garden, but that's the sentiment. Mm-hmm. Because you know that technology and the left hand knowledge, that's what Eve got into.
That's it.
And gave to Adam. You know, and that's what brought the destruction back then. So that's going to be, this technology is going to be what's going to set it off for people to be deceived. But the elect won't be deceived because they're going to have the eye salve, the unction, the insight to what's really going on through the Spirit.
That's it. That's it.
Rooted man perceived the evil in the eyes.
That's it.
You know, I'll read this again for you. Revelation 13 and 14, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in sight of the beast.
Right, because the Most High has given Esau this power. This is truly left-handed power. To be able to do, like, these, you see these cities and everything's being connected. You guys were going into how you're able to, have a chip in your brain and control things, control devices. That's like, God damn, how can you do that?
That's a miracle.
It is a miracle. It is a left-hand miracle. It's pseudoscience, man. That's what that is. Because that's going up the other way. That's witchcraft.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's just a whole bunch of witches getting together on a goddamn computer making computer programs.
Yep.
That's all witchcraft, man.
Yep.
Those are them idols speaking now. Back then, them idols weren't able to speak. Now they're able to speak,
right?
And be able to deceive. Now shit, you can get a fucking personal robot now. They sell personal robots.
Yep.
A personal robot assistants. You can get a sex robot.
Yeah.
AI. You know, you got the chat GPT, Grok. You can have a full-blown conversation with your phone.
Yep.
You can have I'm talking about a full, like I said, I did a lesson, said that would Yahweh and the disciples be under the 501c3? And then, you know what, that's a great question. Let's discuss this a little bit. Look, like Grok will talk to you like that. Let's have a conversation about this. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? But that's that. You know, of course we use the word and abuse it. You know, we use it for the for the edification. But that's literally what these people rely upon now because that's their idols now speaking in real life.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you could have a holographic AI Jesus, air quotes, that'll talk to you. There was a video on that where somebody said it was a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? Where somebody was having a conversation with Jesus. It was like
AI.
You know what I'm saying? Like
But see, they don't have the spirit. See, we can use these things and understand what these things are. This is people's reality.
Right.
This is not our. We're here in this reality, but this is not our reality.
Right.
All right. We search. We look for new heavens and a new earth for righteousness.
That's it.
So we don't set our mind down here on earth. On earthly, these are all earthly things.
Right.
This is all temporary. Because the moment the Most High hit you with a natural disaster, the grid gonna go down.
Right.
The Lord can hit you with an EMP. The Lord can just stop all electric waves. He can just say, you know what, no more.
Right.
The darkness, like he did in Egypt. So the Lord actually controls all the physical.
Right.
And he's gonna show Esau, since Esau, the only way to show Esau is to get physical. That's the only language he knows. Okay?
You're gonna use his blessing against him.
Right.
He said the blessing that he gave to him, the sword, Yahweh Shai is gonna literally use the sword. Yahweh Shai is gonna use the sword against him. his own. And that's why the scripture says that he that diggeth the pit shall fall therein.
Yeah.
You know, he that rolled the boat up a hill and it's going to come back, it's going to roll back.
If I can add too, Yahushua even said it. He that live by the sword shall die by the sword.
Boom.
That's a trick bag, man.
That's it.
From jump.
Yeah.
But he cried for it. He cried for a blessing. Is it just one blessing?
He wants it, so
Can
he
I get
gets
at
it.
least one blessing? It's just one for me. But all right, my nigga. You know, your blessing gonna be the sword. You're gonna live by the sword, man.
That's it. That's how he got the earth.
That's why he got it. Okay. And now it's getting ready to be stripped away from him.
Well, no, I was gonna say he in the fullness of it right now. That's why he's so proud. You know what I'm saying? He's in a time to where he can really dig deep into that sword, and that's why he wants to put this technology inside people's body. That's why you had Noah talking about hacking the body.
Yeah.
Why? Because the body is like a computer. Esau knows that you got the brain, the CPU system, the nervous system, these systems. So it's basically like a computer. Esau knows that. DNA is like numbers. See, so he wants to do this through that sword. He wants to be able to tap into that. You know what I'm saying?
Which is nothing but a copycat of the Most High system.
Right.
That's all Satan got. He doesn't do anything, organic.
Right.
Essentially, everything is synthetic. Everything is artificial, like the artificer. Going back to that the lineage of Cain. What you talk about Yalbal, Nor Horari. Or Yuval, that goes back to Cain's grandson, if I'm not mistaken, Yalbal. Tubal Cain, I think it's one of it. This goes.
Yeah, Tubal is Tawabal.
Yalbal.
Koyan. It's like traveling weapon.
See?
Right. Wow. Man, you had mentioned too, bro, like Esau he's truly not a creator. He can only imitate what the Most High does. Just like Pharaoh was doing back then. With Moses and Aaron. They were creating these miracles through the spirit of power of the Lord. All Pharaoh could do was just imitate it.
There you go.
Even up to a certain point. Yeah. And then when you actually look at it about the frogs, it said that they mimicked it, they imitated it, which that only made it worse. They could make more frogs, but they couldn't take it away. Show you they don't have that. They don't understand that power.
Right.
It's like they don't have full power.
Right.
They can do certain. Yeah, Esau knows certain things. The Most High allow him to see certain things, to do certain things, but he has a bounds.
Right.
There's even a bounds of technology that he can go and use and create. He can't fully control the power.
Right.
You can't fully control the power of the Lord in these bodies.
Right.
Okay? So even those missiles, he don't have control over those missiles.
And what the Lord said, he gonna take over.
That's it. Yeah. The Lord's gonna be in those missiles, man.
When you read Revelation 14, it says that an angel came out from the altar that had power over fire.
Right.
So there's an angel that got the power over literally that's his job.
Right.
You know, so when that fire to keep burning, that's gonna be a spirit of the Lord.
Right.
You know?
That's why they say all them missiles and them warheads, all of them gonna hit his mark.
Yep.
You know, because the angels gonna be guided.
Yep.
All the missile defense system think they're gonna try to block them, they're gonna be dying, they're gonna hit their mark.
The Lord is gonna come and just take control and show Esau that he's never in control.
Right.
Which this very act of what we're doing what really proves that Esau's not in control. Because shouldn't he just be able to swell this and stop this moving out? But he can't. The Most High is allowing us to be on his streets.
Right.
Okay, prophesying in front of his face. And he can't do nothing against it. And when he tries to do something against it, as the scriptures say, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Most High shall lift up a standard against them.
That's it.
Okay? So he's not in control. He's never been in control.
Right.
All right, the man's goings are of the Lord. Okay?
If I can add too, the Lord has been kind of showing this dude on a minute level, because like their missiles have been cranking up, and start, what I'm saying, like they're gonna ignite, what I'm saying. That's the angels, man, in effect, man. What I'm saying, showing this dude, hey, who's in control, bro? How about some y'all shot?
Hey, what was that? SpaceX? They went up, and the chariot, the chariot blew it up. No, you got it. That's just to back you up.
This is Psalms chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 19 in the GNT. It says, "Come, Lord, don't let anyone defy you. Bring the heathen before you and pronounce judgment on them.
Damn.
Make them afraid, O Lord.
make them know that they are only mortal beings.
Hey, well, didn't that happen after the deliverance from Egypt? The nations was nervous, and now, man, y'all don't come around here. You know, we already know. We heard about your power. We don't come around. Everybody was nervous. Well, that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's setting it up to where His name is going to be glorified and magnified. His name, Yahweh's name, and the Israelites. You know, and the fear and the dread of us is going to get back on these people.
That's right.
And the world's going to learn to respect the names of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, once again.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And so, if that's the case, if the Lord is doing all these things, He prophesied all these things, right? Why would He wait to the kingdom to give us His name?
Exactly.
When His purpose to deliver our forefathers from Egypt was to magnify His name. That's why He hardened Pharaoh's heart. So why wait to the kingdom to give His name? You know, I mean, that don't make no sense.
Right.
He's going to get the credit for everything that's happening. The world at that day is going to know who the power of the heaven is. And it's Yahweh and His son Yahweh Shai.
That's it. That's it. And the name like we were going into earlier, man. Hey, Deuteronomy 32. My doctrine shall drop as rain. Right? But when you read the next verse, it says what? I will publish the name of Yahweh. That begins, the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai begins, that's the beginning of the doctrine that we teach.
That's it.
So if you don't come in the names of the Lord, your whole doctrine is off, man.
Yeah.
You know?
We publish those names. We make public. We're out in the public. You know? Where is this? Public street? What did you say?
That's the greater the men that publish.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Lord gave the word, greater the men that publish. I got to read something. Okay. And I still got the revelation. Ezekiel 28, I'm starting at verse 6. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
Yeah, all these nations really are gearing up to battle against you. Well, it talks about in that Obadiah, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. You know, all these individuals that you give aid to, that you think that, you know, they're going to move to your beat, they're actually going to turn against you. Even your own EU nations, your allies. The beast shall hate the horde.
Yeah.
Okay, the 304, right, is
pissing off the beast.
Pissing off the beast. You know, if you back a rat into a corner, eventually it's going to fight. So all these nations, they're like, hey man, America's the fucking problem. We gotta do something, or we all gonna die. They gonna just suck us all dry. They gonna destroy us. All right, look, hey, the Most High gonna put that evil thought into their mind, starting with Russia. Okay, and then what are they gonna do? They gonna get ready to prepare battle against you, and all those missiles are gonna get shot off. All the missiles that they're making it right now. They're making the nuclear missiles right now as we speak. Okay, for what reason? Why are they doing it? Is it for fun?
Spit that blows the clothes in the fire.
The Most High, He has them for a particular reason, and they're only going to be used one time. Okay, those missiles are going to be used one time here in Babylon the Great. Okay, 200 million warheads. That's going to come and decimate this place. Well, I can't say decimate.
Yeah.
Annihilate.
Eradicate.
Eradicate.
I'd rather say America on the earth, on the standpoint of the earth, will be decimated.
Well, because
the 10
that.
10 parts. You know what I'm saying?
America is the 10 part. America is the 10 part. Right?
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Follow verse 7 again. Ezekiel 28 verse 7. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations.
The other nations.
And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
And that's what Esau, he does not consider. He doesn't consider, you know, the kid that he's been bullying to fight back.
Right.
He didn't consider the kid he was taking jiu-jitsu classes. He was in the gym. You know, he was bodybuilding. You know what I mean? He was deep sea, diving, to build up his lung strength.
Swimming in Russian.
Yeah. He was out there training with the Russians and shit. Wrestling bears.
Chopping trees in Siberia.
You know what I mean? He was going on detoxes and baths, to get his mind right.
He was in the sauna.
He was in the sauna now. He was in the hot sauna, then he was going to the cold bath.
Right.
He doing meditation and shit. He running 5 miles a day. And then he linking up with his boys.
Yep.
And they all train together. He's not gonna just come alone.
Right.
He's gonna come with the whole crew.
Right.
All right, and they got weapons too.
You know, he used to bully me too back in the day, man. Matter of fact, let's all just train up so we can jump his ass.
Yeah, everybody, all the nations can be like, man, this motherfucker. They can all open up their. This is recent history, not even going back. We don't have to go back too far. This is all recent history. They can say this motherfucker right here, man. They have an issue with you.
Yeah. He said, "He that ruled the nations with a continual stroke is persecuted and none hindered."
That's right.
Yep. You're gonna be spoiled. He said now in Isaiah 33. You know, woe to thee that spoiled us.
That was not spoiled. Yeah.
And that was not spoiled. That was gonna happen. Your ass gonna get spoiled this time now, man. And it's gonna be a spoiling that's gonna cause you to completely be done. America gonna be completely finished, man. A little bit more on this. It says, "And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom,
Missiles.
and they shall defile thy brightness." It says,
because America is like the light of the world, the wicked, evil, dark light of the world, right? You're gonna be defiled. The missiles gonna defile that light. Well, your light, it tells you that in Job the 18th chapter how your light's gonna be put out. Because once America goes down, the whole world goes down basically under the Israelites. Okay, and you elite, you gonna run into your bunkers. But don't worry, I want you to get nice and comfortable because New Jerusalem's gonna come down and they gonna rip you out of them bunkers, man.
Oh yeah,
the first batch of slaves.
And you're gonna be the first batch of slaves. You're gonna be putting posts where dead bodies are. You're gonna be gathering dead bodies, man. All right, you're gonna be working hard. You're gonna get your backs beat, whipped.
Burying bodies with no shovels too.
That's it.
Figure it out. And it better be done before the sun goes down.
Oh, it gotta be done. You gotta meet quotas.
Or else.
Okay?
I'm gonna kill your ass. I'm gonna put your ass to death. Put the spirit back in you.
But mind you, we don't even have enough anger really to fulfill the Lord's will, man. Right. The Most High, He's gonna put His anger upon us.
Yeah.
Right. We don't even know a minuscule amount of what this damn devil has done and what he's doing and what he thinks to do. Okay?
Yep.
We just know through the Spirit the Most High gave us enough to be angry and to come out here and speak about it.
Yep.
But just think about all the shit that's been going on, since the beginning of time, man.
Right.
All right? The Most High is going to bring all that to our men. We're going to have to have a new body because we're fucking rip out of our body just with anger, man.
Right.
And just, hey, that's why the Lord, He's going to have to give us that spiritual power to bring Esau back.
Right.
Yeah. You see Esau, you just going to rip him to fucking shreds. Be like, you ain't had no slaves.
Well, there gotta be a spirit upon you to be able to take a little Edomite baby with spiritual power, by the way. Even doing it right now in these feeble, weak ass flesh, it will be gruesome. But imagine doing it, taking a little baby and dashing upon the stones in the spiritual body.
Love to do it because He put a spirit upon Edom to do it to us.
But doing it with a spiritual body, though, like I'm talking about, you can throw a baby as hard as you throw it to the moon.
But that's the spirit of the Most High that's going to be upon us, man. That's going to be a righteous spirit.
Continuing on, verse 8, it says, "They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou say yet before him that slayeth thee, I am God?"
Yeah, are you going to be saying, I'm God now?
Right.
When you're going to actually have God's ruling over you. See, Esau, he's trying to get that artificial blessing. He wants to become the God.
Yep.
He wants the rulership of the earth. But in order for him to inherit in his wicked demonic mind, in order for him to inherit that blessing, really to get that birthright is to destroy Jacob.
Right.
Then, now I can get it. But that's not going to happen.
Right.
Okay, and we're here as a living testament to show you that that's not going to happen. And to proclaim to you that that's not going to happen. But in all actuality, you're going to be the one that's going to be in the pit. You're going to be the one that's all messed up. We're going to be the gods over you.
Yep.
Okay?
Right now, all we're doing is shaking the hand, cursing you out.
That's it.
But the Lord's going to be the one that bring the final judgment.
That's it.
Yep. We're just reading out your sentence.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then the Lord's going to take care of the rest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming."
That's it.
And the Lord stirred up the dead, as it says, man. When it's all said and done, these different nations gonna go down too.
Yep.
But it says that the different nations they're gonna lie
in their glory.
Lie in glory, right? Because that means that eventually they're gonna come back. They're gonna have lots of land. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to still pay tribute to us. But Esau, you're gonna be done.
Finished.
It said that the scripture says that he's going to be an abominable branch, cast out. You know, I'll finish this up for you. Verse 9 and 10. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee.
Yeah, is this the man that did shake kingdoms? Right? You're gonna be known to be not even just a man, but the basis of man. You're actually the lowest creature the Most High ever created. A roach, a nasty roach. When the first thing you see a roach, you want to step on it.
Oh yeah.
That's you're lower than that.
Especially albino roach.
Oh man, yeah.
You see an albino roach, you really want to get that motherfucker out of there. You don't want to hear it all.
That little got it white. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm about to put the extra roach stompers on that man.
If you had the power, you burn down the whole goddamn house because he's there. You know what I mean? So how much more Esau Edom? Okay. Well, he's like the albino coach. Well, that roach, it has leprosy.
That roach with leprosy.
That's basically Esau, man. But the roach actually has a purpose. Which Esau, you know what? I'm gonna be real. You do have a purpose. You played the purpose of being the wicked.
Yep.
The Most High didn't intend for all eternity for wickedness to be there, or to have dominion over the earth. Remember, you only had a short season.
Right.
Now that the wickedness, the Most High doesn't need that, because you were also a teaching, like a
Whooping stick.
A whipping stick.
Yeah, a rod of chastisement.
A rod of chastisement. You know, we were to learn from you being down here on the earth ruling. Well, we already got the learning, the lesson. I don't want to do wickedness no more. You see what I'm saying? All right, we don't want to do that no more. So there's no need for Esau. Now it's just for you to go down. Okay, Yahweh shall to come, take you down, take the rest of the nations down. You go into slavery. All right, you get beat. All right, we have your way. We have our way with your women and your daughters. Okay, lock, put you in those pits. And then when the Most High say, hey, all right, do away with them now. Burn them up.
And we're not going to bat an eye at it either, man.
Good riddance.
That's why the scripture says, he that now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. You see, he has his own, Esau is not doing anything that the Lord doesn't want him to do.
That's
Esau really, and if you want to think about it like this, Esau's in the spirit.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man's going out the Lord.
100% in the spirit.
Man's going out the Lord.
Everybody's in the spirit, but everybody has their lot. Somebody got their lot to be wicked. That's the spirit that the Lord put on them.
Right. Now, so that lot got a time period.
It got a time
America's
period.
not going to extend no further where it's going. You can't extend it to your fourth industrial revolution, whatever shit you want to come up with. It already been signed and stamped.
Yep.
Get this real quick. This is Job 38:11. And said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shalt thou proud waves be stayed. We ain't going no further, man. You can come up with all kind of robots and this, that, and the third. We ain't going no further than what has already been written for you, man.
Yeah, you got boundaries.
Right.
The Lord set up boundaries. That's why you can't go up to the heavens.
Yeah.
You can't go to the moon, as you say. You can't go to Mars. You're talking about going to Mars. You ain't going to Mars. You ain't got the technology to go to Mars.
Yep. Right.
Because you can't get past the radiation belt that's outside of the ozone layer.
Yep.
So you
Goddamn
through.
spaceship won't make it. You got to put lead in the ship to get the...
Yeah.
Y'all make the ship damn heavy.
And you can't get inside the elect bodies.
Right.
That's it.
That's like the last frontier you want to
Conquer.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to get inside the elect body, like the movie Get Out. You want to be inside there. You want to surveillance under the skin.
Control it.
Okay, you're not going to be able to do that. All right, the Most High is going to stop you. We're crying out essentially. Because you trying to grape us.
Right.
All right, you trying to put your seed inside of us. The stem. This is my woman.
Trash.
We
All right.
yelling out. Right.
Oh yeah.
We ain't taking that. We yelling out.
We betrothed. But you got a lot of these other Israelite camps. I know, but now it's like I know.
No.
But you got these other Israelite camps that's he popping on the handstand, man. Betrothed, married, but that's what we was going into earlier.
Right.
Because in the ancient world, whenever you was betrothed to your husband would just pull up on you. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna be back on this particular time and date. No, the groom, he could pull up at any time. Right. And you had to be ready. You couldn't just be out there just, wilding out. Right. But these other camps, they're not worrying about the MOTB, they're not coming in the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all kinds of, they're spreading all kinds of false doctrines. They're not crying out. So what's gonna happen, man? They're gonna get stoned. You know, spiritually. I mean, the Lord physically put them to death. You know.
Come on, this is real quick. Proverbs 16 and 4 in the NLT. The Lord has made everything for his own purpose, even the wicked for a day of disaster. Man, the brother had mentioned that Esau, he got a purpose, man. Everything that the Lord created has a purpose. And this man's purpose is to be the wicked, to play the part of the devil, man. All right, on the planet Earth. And also to be destroyed, man. That's just how the Lord wrote the story, man. You got a lot of people out, people get offended over why would he do it? Because the Lord can do what he want to do. It's already declared, he already wrote the script. You know, he ain't about to change no part. Like I said in Micah 3 and 6, I'm the Lord, I change not. The Lord ain't about to change nothing. You know?
Yep. I got something real quick. So that's the answer?
Well, I can come back on that one.
Proverbs 16.
Job 21 said.
I'm holding. I'm holding it. You got it. You break it down. Spirit.
Ready, locked and loaded.
This is Job 21. I'm gonna start at verse 28. It says, "For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have you not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens?" Their tokens is their signs, but you gotta go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say, because you gotta look at who the earth was given to. Esau, like you said, he got the blessing. It was two blessings that was given to rule the whole earth. Esau is living his blessing right now. All right? So the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and now he's what? He's thinking he's gonna fulfill his belly to what? To constantly rule forever and ever.
Yeah.
But the Lord is setting up for him to what? That okie doke. He's gonna do it out of his hand.
Yep.
And then we have like a lot of these jakes, they want to make them comfortable. Say, don't worry about, Lord, worry about me helping you out. Let me put something in your body, where, you can go on and live forever and you can get money and just let me inject the MOT to the being.
Yeah.
The corrupt. This is what Esau is setting up for you, but you're not looking that his kingdom is going to be short. All right? What is that?
Triumph of the wicked.
The joy of the hypocrite is for
That's the chapter before that. So that's what's about to happen. Esau trying to keep your blinders on you. He's trying to keep you in a delusional state.
Yep. To make it think that he ain't going down.
Right.
Like his kingdom is gonna last forever. And this is the greatest thing that can ever happen to you black man, Native Americans. Nothing gets better than this. America, the so-called white man ruling over you, this is the best thing that can ever happen to you. Look, I gave you chicken sandwiches, I gave you BMWs,
Right.
I gave you an office job.
McRibs.
Yeah, McRibs. McDonald's French fries, nigga, you ain't never had a McDonald's French fries. This is the best. This is the best kingdom that football. You can dribble a basketball. You can do it all. So he's trying to deceive you into thinking that there's nothing greater outside of him. Right. He's a God. There is in one tone he said, if there is God, God looks like me. And then on the other tone he says there is no God.
Right.
So which one is it?
Yeah.
It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. You basically worship me. That's basically what he's saying. Worship me.
Yeah.
If you want to go the Christ route, I'm like Christ. Love me.
Right. At the end of the day, it's me.
If you want to do the science route, well, Jesus Christ gonna tell you to take the MOTB. Why? They gonna have these churches. They gonna be having them stations, them seed chipping stations in them churches, just like they had those V's. Y'all remember, right? Just a couple years back, they set up, and who did they evangelize first to the so-called black man Native Americans. They put them stations, them V stations, them jump shots, right in those churches. And hey, they was going door to door to you so-called black man Native Americans. So Esau, he gonna come with, because this is his last time. It tells you that in Revelation the 12th chapter, 12 and 12, that the devil knows he has but a short time. So he gonna come with full fucking force, all right, to try to implement his NWO with hope, okay, with hope that he can actually accomplish it. But he's not going to be able to accomplish it. Okay, this is like his last hoorah to Edomite. This is the last power punch. Right. Sloppy, it's way back here. You can see it coming with no power on it. But he gonna still swing it, man. He gonna still swing it like he trying to knock you out. Okay.
Verse 30, Job 21, verse 29 and 30. Have you not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction?
Like I said, the wicked got a reservation. Now, you have a reservation for what? Destruction. You want to be joined hand in hand with someone I'm gonna go eat with you. I got you reserved for this. You're gonna be reserved for what? Destruction. So why would you want to be joint with it? But see, like I said, he put that blinders on. Look at this. Don't look over here what's about to happen. Look at what I'm doing for you. But that's gonna be set up for what? For missile food. That's what you're getting prepared for.
Yep. Well, let me jump to verse 19 real quick. It says, "The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it."
He's gonna know
That's
it.
the reward.
We were talking about the reward earlier. The Lord is setting up rewards. Like you say, what reward you want to receive from the Lord? It's totally up to you. You can have faith and step your foot out of this world. Like you said, but you have some Jake want to be, I can still be in the world and still preach the word. You think the Lord is happy about you? About that? No, because the Lord said you're going to be either of the world or you're not going to be of the world.
Yep. Hot or cold.
Hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. Because he's going to what? Spew you out.
Hey, there's a scripture somewhere, I think it's in Job, but it talks about how the Most High distributed sorrows. Like it's like somebody like handing them out. You know what I'm saying? So hey, but like you said, man, that reward is gonna be the reward of their wickedness is gonna be ultimately divine fire, man. Fire from that Most
Second Thessalonians 2, and I'm reading the NLT in verse 10. It says, "He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them." Like the brother had mentioned about how Esau's going to use these churches like he did with this C-19. He's going to use these particular Israelite leaders to push forward his agenda. These niggas that got these 501c3s, they're part of the what they call the clergy response team. You see, those particular leaders that got these 501c3s, they push forth the will of the government, man. You see, when people go into they have faith. Oh man, they talking. I gotta get this technology inside my body, but I believe in God. And they gonna have these particular Israelite leaders. They backing up, pushing forth the government will. Yeah, y'all going to get it. They gonna pull out that Romans 13. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, they're part of that clergy response team, man.
Yep, that's exactly what they're gonna do, man. And I mean, they did it with the vaccine orders, man. Yeah, Israelite camp literally telling you, take the vaccine. Yep, take it. If you man, take the vaccine, man. We done survived the crack epidemic. Take the vaccine, man. You know, literally telling you to get it. So they're gonna do the same. If they did that during the vaccine with the trial run, they're gonna do it with the MOTB.
Oh yeah, and Esau during that time he was passing out checks, big ass checks. Remember the national debt? He like quadrupled the national debt.
Stimulus check.
Yeah, all them stimulus, like it was so much money that got injected into this economy. It was ridiculous, more than ever. It like tripled, double, quadrupled. So what was he doing with that money? He was passing out motherfucking checks in. Yeah, all that. Yeah. He was telling influencers. He was giving money to influencers to push it. He was giving money to doctors to push it. He was giving money to hospitals to push it. And he was giving money to everybody to fucking push it. So you think he wasn't giving money to so-called religious leaders to push it? Absolutely, he was. Well, if you had those V shots, those C-19, those jump shots in your church, you got a bag. If you went door to door as a worker to sign people up, you got a bag. So you don't think he called the General Yohana? Hey man, look, I got $10,000 for you. Hey, say this, say that. Nate, you don't think he did that? How much more when he comes out with the MOTB? Right. Because he ain't gonna let off. Right. He ain't gonna let up on the MOTB. He all gas.
I was gonna say, didn't Yohana say that already? Yeah. Do you think the Lord, God, gives a damn if you take the chip?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that? Yeah. So he already advocate for it, man.
So you already know when these wicked Israelite leaders, that's how you gonna know when these guys are sold out, is when because it's blatantly here. Like if you can't see the Most High just completely blinded you. Right. Or you sold out. Or maybe even both. Right. Really both. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm back to you. Exodus 23, verse 8. You got it. And thou shalt take no gift.
See?
For the gift blindeth the wise,
and perverted the words of the righteous.
See that? And then you have these wicked Israelite leaders, which is supposed to be the righteous and the wise. What are they doing? They perverted because they took that bag under the table, man.
Right.
All right, hey, Esau come. This nigga will come with a blank check.
Yeah.
You see that in the movie, but he actually does that.
Right.
He'll hit a button on the fucking computer and you have 8 zeros in your bank account.
Instant boom.
Like that. Your life, bro. If you had 8 zeros at the end of a number in your bank account, you know your life changes.
Yeah.
You know how much wickedness you can get into. You know all of a sudden women. Before he even hits the fucking button, you gonna have women just right there, just staring you dead in the eyes. You're like, God damn, I haven't even went to take the money out yet. Your whole world is gonna change. You're gonna be able to go places you never went to. Because when you have money, what are you thinking about? How to spend the money. You're not just gonna look at the count. Like, yeah, I got a lot of money. Now you want to spend the money, and you know Jake want to show you that they got money.
Right. But in order for you to spend the money, you can't say this.
There you go. Right.
But you have to say this. Oh yeah, the whole Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Nah. Nope. You know? The mark of the beast was the mark of the chip. Nah. Nope.
You don't see it now. All of a sudden, you did see it, but them zeros. That's what you saw. You look past that. I don't want to see it. You see them zeros right there, man. That's what you seen. And then what that does, that's that leaven that allows Satan to come in. Now the Most High start taking everything that you saw. Now you just start freestyling shit. You start saying all type of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Now you truly don't believe that is the MOTB, is the C-hip. Now Esau don't even have to give you no more money. Right? He don't even have to give you no more money because your mind, he already got you. Once you took that first bag, he got you.
You all in.
You all in with the devil.
It's a Rock 27:1 in a GNT. Many people have sinned while looking for a prophet. If you want to be rich, you have to keep Slocky says, if you want to be rich, you have to keep blinders on your eyes.
See? Man, you gotta use it. Wow. I'll bring it down, bro. That's fire.
Like the brother says, they looking at them zeros. Yep. They look past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What they should have been paying attention to, man. You know, and this it's evidence that, and it's just history that you can't trust this devil. Look at this track record. And that's nothing far-fetched like the brother's going into about him using our people to persuade our people to do some BS. Look at them during the time of the Maccabees, man. You see how that one officer came to Mattathias. You see, what did he say? Well, you a respected man amongst your people. You and your brethren, now go on and you go to the sacrifice, and that'll make you a friend of the king. Right. And we'll give you treasure, we'll give you money.
Yeah, you always had forward men amongst our nation, man. You always had wicked men amongst our nation that did not uphold the majesty of the Lord. They want money. They want the glory on this side, man. Right. Yeah. You got a lot of Israelites like that, like Nate, the superhero Nate. They want to be in front of the camera. They want to be on top of the horse. They want the money, the fame, the glory. All right. They're not looking for the next world to come. Right. All right. They want their cake right now. So you can't look at every Israelite leader and well, the scripture say you know them by their fruit. That's how you discern, okay, a righteous leader from a wicked leader. You look at their fruit, man. You look at their intentions, okay. You look at what their works, okay, their conversation, okay, their diligence, not the glitter and the garments. You know what I mean? The thrills, you know? Not all that bullshit, man. All right, and are they going off on are they speaking prophecy?
Right. That's the testimony of Yahweh.
That's the key right there.
If they're not speaking prophecy, if they're not what is that, Isaiah 8:20, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no life in them. These guys don't have life in them. They're dead. And what do? Well, hey, they're dead. And they got their congregation of zombies. All right, that they can just tell their zombies anything to continue to keep zombifying them. Because the zombie, the nigga trying to wake up. You know, Sir Jake's trying to wake up, and you gonna get him back in there to that zombified state. Yep. Nah, don't worry about that. It's sin. It's sin in all its forms, whether political or religious.
Sleep.
Yeah, that's well, okay, go ahead.
Jeremiah 5, verse 25 and 26. I'm sorry, verse 26 and 27. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men."
There you go. So you have to take that into consideration, waking up to this Israelite thing, that not all men are righteous of Israel. Because we know Esau, he the wicked. Yeah, he the wicked. He gonna do wickedly. But the whole thing of the wicked is to hide himself from being a wicked.
Right.
So he tries, in front of you, he portrays himself like he's righteous.
The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
That's it. Say he transformed himself into a bright
Woo,
light.
angel of light.
That's it. So Satan. That's why when you tell our people Esau's the wicked, what about black people? What about them?
Well, what Jake does in the hood and shooting, killing them damn selves and selling drugs, lying and deception, Jake just does that amongst their neighborhoods on a small scale. Esau's doing that on a world scale, everywhere.
But he hides it.
But
he puts Popeyes in front of you.
Yeah.
Right.
He puts Xbox in front of you, PlayStation, video games. He allows you to make money. You a Jake that can run the ball, he'll give you millions of dollars. Here's millions of dollars to sacrifice yourself.
Go score a touchdown, nigga.
And run as hard as you can into that line.
Right.
And if you can do it better than the next 100 other Jakes, I'm gonna give you $10 million a year. Or now, well, they giving crazy numbers now.
Crazy numbers now.
They giving like wild ass numbers, like 60, 70 million a year.
They giving Ukraine numbers.
Nigga Steph Curry shoots threes from the other end of the court, switching them holes in the game. The shoot, I'm talking about the shoot. He's making hella 3-point shots.
Yeah.
And they got 3-point demon on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God.
Shit, could have a man getting the goddamn ball. Shit, who knows? Esau and his deceptions.
Right.
So you can't put it past this devil.
The way you know is if he shoots it and it comes back, sticks to his hands.
The niggas being controlled like a controller and shit.
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
He put in the best devil.
MK Ultra.
Yeah. That's it. And you probably got brain chips in these niggas, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he Ultra too.
He got all their moves. He got all their moves. When you go and you play the video games, it's like they get playing right there. You can play all his mannerisms.
To the T. Like their mannerisms to the T. How they dribble, how they how they shoot. Like it's literally like them in real life.
Their facial expressions.
Yeah.
So you got to know that amongst Jake, you have wicked men even amongst the Israelite teachers, man. The so-called prophets. You have wicked individuals. You have wicked prophets. The false prophets. And Jake wakes up to, I'm an Israelite, and they just follow any Israelite teacher.
Yep.
Not knowing that teacher could possibly be leading you to death, leading you to the ditch.
Yes,
He gonna go in the ditch, like it.
No, I was like, Yisrael.
Yisrael.
Shabbat, APPTMH.
But those are all, see, the Most High, he set up stumbling blocks, man.
Right.
Those are all, so there's stumbling blocks when you come into this thing. Satan's going to try to get in your mind to get you away from going to the right way.
Right.
If at all possible, they would deceive the very elect.
That's it.
If at all possible, they would deceive the very elect.
But you're not going to be able to deceive the elect. Okay, the Most High, he has set the elect to the side to himself.
Right.
Okay, that's that small remnant. All right, that's that small sanctuary. Okay, and the prophets will be prophesying. All right, in the names of Yahweh, Yahushai. Okay, and they will stand stiffly for those names. Right. Well, where's the group that's standing stiffly for those names?
Right, exactly.
You got certain groups that will call on those names, but they really wouldn't. Every once in a while they might say it.
Right. It's a lot bigger than just calling on Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. It's a motive behind it. It's how you preach. It's what you're preaching about. That all embodies the name, man.
That's it. And the Lord he's exposing these guys too, like the Sakari, these upstarts. Okay.
Right.
These dudes, you got the head guy, the head nigga in charge, the gorilla Hebrew getting popped.
Man.
Bro, we not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop talking about that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This dude's a goddamn demon. And it's showing Israel, you Israelites, who the real prophets are, man. Okay, the Most High is going to show everybody. See, the great thing about the end is everything gets manifest. Okay, nobody can run from the end. It's judgment time. Okay, you got it.
Going back to Jeremiah 5:26, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit.
This is Jake. This is not talking about Esau.
Right.
All right, they in a well, it's going to keep going. It's going to go.
The headline says unjust leaders, right?
You know?
It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich.
Ooh, look, hey, don't these top Israelite leaders, don't they have a lot of money? Man. They don't even go out on the highways and headers no more. Only time you see them is when they do appearances or they travel. Where the hell's at?
Oh Lord.
Remember that? You know? He only coming out where the hose is at.
And he and J Bottle come out the car rolling.
Damn.
Big ass coming out, boot come out the car like this and shit.
You know?
Damn.
But even in these harlot houses, right? Even in these harlot houses, they got a bag. If you are a spiritual leader amongst so-called Black man, Native Americans, you can make a lot of money, and Esau will give you the opportunity, okay, to be able to make a lot of money because that's all part of the plan. That's all part of keeping you in that docile, dumbified, stupefied, zombified state.
Well, that's why, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
Well, that's why they set up groups like the Boule, like the Black Boule, and they got particular gatekeepers. Like, you know, Diddy was nothing more than a gatekeeper.
Yep.
Jay-Z.
Yep.
You know, these all these different high-level superstars, whether they be sports figures, you know, Hollywood stars, political activists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're all gatekeepers, man.
Yep.
You know, so and that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's always been. You know, going back to the time of the Greeks, the Romans, they always had gatekeepers, man. Nothing new under the sun. You got gatekeepers within the Israelite ministry, man. Puppets. You know?
To fulfill their, because the devil is gonna come subtle. He ain't gonna just come into your face. Hey, I'm the devil. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. He gonna put a black face in front of you, or a brown face in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, somebody that look like you. Somebody that has some charisma, some character, some spaz, some tenacity, a good speaker, orator. Okay, somebody that can move crowds, right? That can speak really well. That can talk, you know, can talk that talk. They gonna put that guy in there. They gonna give him some money, and they gonna put that guy in there. They gonna give him a nice suit.
Right.
Or they gonna give him the, you know, have the cameras, all the 4K videos and the production. It's gonna look nice. The garment it's gonna look real nice. You gonna be driving in something sick,
Or coming in on a horse.
you know, coming on a horse,
Spectacular.
right? Just to deceive your ass. Then that's how the devil's gonna speak through him. The whole time, those are the devil's words.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of times too, them demons channel through those individuals to say the right things, you know, because they already took the oath. They in seances. They do all type of witchcraft. So and then they allow demons to enter in them, you know, because when they do them different rituals, demons actually enter in them.
Yeah.
Now, witches' main desire is to be inhabited by demons. So these individuals that's out there talking this talk, doing these things, they've been inhabited by demons. You know, that's why you'll see them. They'll have these certain looks in their eyes, you know, and they'll look like crazy. You know.
Yeah. Well, one thing I notice is, especially with the ISUPK, they always wearing sunglasses. They always wearing shades.
Yeah.
They don't want you to see their eyes, man. They got demons. Demons are working with them.
You know, a lot of people in Hollywood work
Yeah, they
like
wear
that.
Yeah.
They can be dark in a club, but they can have shades on.
They always got them shades on, man. You
Red,
gotta
all
watch.
black.
You gotta watch these Israelite guys. They're always wearing shades, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you should
King
be wearing
Masha,
shades.
King Masha years ago said, take the shades off so people can see your eyes.
That's it.
You know.
That's it.
I got something real quick to back up what Elder Apostle Ron just brought out. Matthew 12, I'm gonna jump straight to the point. Verse 23, it says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, and he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. For he saith,
I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there.
Yeah, because it says, as the ruler of the people is, so the people, pretty much the people that follow him. You know, so the ruler of the people, which is Esau, is the wicked. They rule in the world in wickedness. They consult with witches. Well, America, they have the Council of 13, which is the top 13 witches, you know, pretty much on the planet that's working with them. You know, John Todd was one of them. He was one of them top guys back then. So they're constantly, you know, setting up incantations. You know, doing all type of rituals, so-called witch Sabbaths and all that. Matter of fact, Elder Apostle Gabar and Elder Apostle Ricard, they used to sell on 86th Street in New York, right? And this one dude came by the table. He said, you know, there's forces out here that's keeping y'all from making money, right? And they said, yeah, we know. And he just walked away. You know, so that's what the Lord says, stand now with thine enchantment, with the multitude. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is, you want me to get to the point?
You know, use your discretion. You can break it down, bro.
This is, let's see, I saw maybe like verse 4. It's probably like verse 9. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 9. And it reads, but these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries. They're going into America, man, Esau. You know, it says these 2 things shall come to thee. Read it again. But these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, because the Lord is about to destroy America, and he's going to destroy these Edomites, man. So, like the scriptures say, I believe when you read up a little bit, thou sat as a lady, man. You know what I'm saying? When you go into that word lady, it means to be proud towards the Most High. So that proud, and he's that proud man on the planet. Thy pride hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, man. Yeah. So it's going into these Edomites. You know, the Lord is about to destroy them and their children.
Yeah, in 1 hour.
Right.
1 hour, so many great riches is going to be gone, man. You know, really, this has been really a short season. Esau hasn't really been ruling that long.
What, 500, a little over 500 years?
You know, it's really been like this. He's really upset because as he gets closer to fulfill his NWO, he feels it slipping actually from him.
Yeah.
You know, so this is why he's gonna come with that great burning wrath. You know, who is he gonna take it out upon? He's gonna take it out upon the Israelites.
Those that fear the Lord.
Those that fear the Lord. Right.
Insurrection.
That's it. That's 2 Ezra 16 chapter.
Yep.
You got it.
Con, it says,
yeah, because technically we're the greatest threat, you know, to the New World Order, to these devils. You know, you have truthers, they bring out all different type of information on the money system, this and the other. But the main enemy to the New World Order is, you know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's truth. And we're the ones that's out here teaching it. You know, they don't, that's why they'll call us crazy, but they'll still keep fucking with us. They'll send their minions like Vocab Malone, Abu and them to try to, you know, distort this. They should have already by now then given up. But they're thinking because they get other people to follow them, other Israelites to follow them, that they're doing something. You ain't doing nothing but what the Lord allowed you to do. You know, those are the people the Lord don't want. So you became a stumbling block for the ones the Lord don't want.
That's it.
You know, they're gonna go to the haven of demons that y'all are inhabiting over there. That's what they want. So hey, the Lord got you set up as a stumbling block.
That's right.
You know?
You can do nothing for the truth. You can do nothing against it.
Beautiful.
The great, when the Spirit came back upon the Israelites, the elect, right, the prophets, great fear fell upon them. Okay, they're afraid. They're like actually afraid, man. You know, they're afraid of this. They're not afraid of, you know, a whistleblower, you know, of Trump saying something, you know, out of pocket, a so-called truther on YouTube. They're not afraid of none of that, man. They're afraid of this truth, man. Right. Okay, because the truth is what's actually bringing them down. Well, sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. There is no throne. right? When you read up in that same chapter. And how is that being done? First, through the spirit of the Lord's mouth. The spirit of the Lord's mouth is consuming his ass. When you go into that word consume in the Greek, it's also one of the definitions is to destroy. So he's being destroyed by the spirit of the Lord's mouth, and then he's going to be destroyed by the brightness of his coming, which is Yahushua and the mighty angels. Man. So this is the truth. And where is the truth contained? It is contained in vessels, men on the planet Earth. And the Most High, so cold, he only need 144,000 men.
That's it.
Okay, and not all of the men are going to be down on the earth. So who knows how many of the prophets are going to be here? It's a lot. But the Lord don't need all the prophets right to bring Esau down, because you got certain men that's in the heavens. Okay, so the Lord can work through just a few men, basically. You know, like Gideon. The Lord brought down so many with such a small number. The Lord deals with small numbers. Okay, so the Lord is bringing down this damn devil with a very small group of men.
I got something for you. Hosea 6:5. Therefore have I hewn them down. So therefore have I hewn them by the prophets.
They're being hewn, man, by the prophets, by the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, it doesn't matter if you pay off false prophets. There's certain men that you can't pay off. You have to literally come and try to destroy them. And even with that, it's going to be futile, because you're not going to be able to destroy the prophets. Certain the prophets, the Most High is going to allow their life to be given up for a testimony, for a witness unto Yahushua. Okay, but that's not, you didn't take their life. Okay, you have no power over their life. Okay, so what we're doing is the greatest thing on the planet Earth. Okay, is what we're doing right now, and this is the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, the creator of the heaven and the earth. Okay, coming against his enemies. This is how the Lord is coming against you, Esau, by weak vessels down here on the earth.
Well, the scripture says, to back you up, the scripture says that the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world.
That's it.
The welfare of the earth. This is the true welfare of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? We really advocate. We're advocating for life, but in order for life to prosper, the cancer of the earth has to be put away. That cancer got to be cut off. We know that cancer is just
That's it.
Get him in there, T.
Okay, go ahead.
Hosea 6:5. I sent my prophets to cut you in pieces.
There you go. He's getting cut into pieces. He's getting shredded right now. Esau's getting shredded. What can he do? Oh, let me send some spies. It's not working. It's not going to work. Or let me try to take them off the internet. It's not going to work. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me just shut the internet all the way down. You're playing in the prophecy.
Cat's already out the bag.
The cat's already out the bag. Okay.
Hey, the truth has already been declared.
That's it.
There's nothing you could do. It's already out there.
That's it.
It's in the ether.
That's it. There's nothing that you can do. The Most High can just take this place down right now. The word has already gone out. What else needs to happen? Whatever the Lord intended.
Yeah, the MOTB.
The MOTB.
You know, World War III. You know, but those are the main things. That's the only reason why the Lord's still allowing you to rule. Once the MOTB is fully implemented, it's over. You know, game over.
He said, to slaughter you with my words.
Slaughter you with his words. So we're in a fight of words with Esau, Edom, the wicked, man. This is a spiritual battle. Paul spoke about those principalities, those powers, spiritual wickedness in high places. Are these wicked elite that are casting out these enchantments and incantations, conjuring spirits and demons that are actually trying to fuck with brothers. That actually are fucking with brothers. Right. And your back hurts. You're like, God, what the fuck is this? Like a demon jumped on your back all of a sudden. Like, what the fuck happened?
Word.
You know? Like, damn, your stomach, you know? Yeah, and spirit, they're trying to conjure them spirits up. They're attacking us. Okay, and then we're sending us righteous sacrifices unto the Most High.
Yeah.
Prayers and healings and curses against Esau. Okay. So these are all vibrations. These are righteous vibrations that are going out on the earth. And then what things are actually happening. Prophecy is actually happening. Okay.
Hosea 6:5 in NLT. I sent my prophets to cut you in pieces, to slaughter you with my words, with judgment as inescapable as light.
See, you can't escape it. can't escape. Hey, these words like the apostle quoted earlier, shake the hand. They may go into the gates of the nobles. Esau is being confronted. He got to confront this now.
Right.
And he's in a secret meeting right now as we speak. What do we do with these Israelites?
Right. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Non-stop. We are a constant reminder of Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay? And his hatred that he has towards Esau. And he can't escape it.
That's Psalm 2. You know, it says in pretty much Psalm the 2nd chapter, where it says that why does the heathen rage and they imagine the vain thing? And it's not just one time. They do it every single day, all the time, man. Before they go to sleep, they make sure they try to conjure up some wickedness against you, man.
Boy, it said, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh.
Yeah.
Well, how is that physically manifested on earth? We laughing.
Yeah.
Because as we're prophesying, we laugh. Esau, you're going to lose. You're losing. You're a loser. Okay? Your NWO is not going to be successful. You're going to have a little success as far as implementing it, but you're not going to be able to fully enjoy it. Right? As soon as you about to fill your belly, the Most High is going to cast that wrath upon your ass. Right. And then you have tears are upon on all sides. Okay, you got your alliances are breaking up. Okay, your tongue is falling upon yourselves. You can't agree. The Edomite against the Edomite, the Egyptian against the Egyptian, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, Satan is divided. The heirs want to knock your ass out. Okay, them Japhetic nations, they want to get you. Moab want to shoot a missile on you. Okay, Ammon has not forgot what you did in Japan. Okay, the North Koreans, Rocket Boy, as Trump called him, Rocket Man, he want to shoot a missile on you, man. Hey, these nations have vowed to destroy America. Okay, that's the spirit of the Lord upon them to get this thing going. Okay, so and then the Most High is directly against you through the Israelites. We're speaking. We're just speaking. We don't have no weapons. Our dog in the fight is through a spiritual fight, man. All right, we're hewing you, we're cutting you in pieces through the word. And see, that's something that you can't fight because you're a carnal man. You can't fight spiritually because all you know is carnality. You got it. Brothers got it.
Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the mind.
Got it.
That's it. He saw it like what's in Revelations 11. They stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them. Because the elites got the documents, they got the truth. So that's why they're afraid. And they're like, well, then how do these guys know? We didn't expect the spirit to come to wake these men up.
That's the reason why they resort to slander and lies, because they can't, resist the truth. Yahweh Shai said it best. I will give you a mouth of wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to gainsay nor resist.
There's no stopping it. There's no stopping this train, man. There's no stopping the train of truth. Hey, that's a lesson.
That's a lesson, yeah.
Hey, that's why he cutting the videos on YouTube, because it's piercing his ass.
Yeah. Cutting his ass.
He's cutting them in every which way but loose.
And not only that is the words that we're speaking is coming to pass.
Yeah, man.
So if we were just speaking nonsense, I don't want to hear what they got to say. Nah, his plans are actually being disrupted.
Yeah.
What is it? Job, the 5th chapter. He
disappointed the devices.
He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform the enterprise.
I got one.
Okay. Esau been wanted to get this NWO started. All right, you got it.
Right now, I was gonna make a point because you had mentioned that in Job. When you look up that word,
I think they closed down.
Okay, look up that word devices. Go into the Hebrew lexicon. It says artificial work.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So what is that artificial work? This AI technology, man. I got. Yeah, this is the last one. All right, Deuteronomy 7 and 5. It's like Deuteronomy 30 and 7. The Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Like the brother said earlier, man, how Esau's the one, now he's being despised. That was a part of the curses, that we will be despised, we'll be hated. Now it's starting to flip. Now everybody's starting to hate this nigga. Because they used to look at him like he's the hunk of the earth, man, at one point in time. Now he's starting to be despised.
Like the scripture saying, Obadiah will make you small among the heathen. That means despise, man. You see, so all these curses that the Israelites was going through is being flipped back on this damn devil. Everything was weaponized against us, but the Lord is flipping everything and making everything weaponized against his ass now.
Right. Deuteronomy 30:7.
Yep. That's what I just read. Yep.
Oh, come on.
It's the spirit.
Hey, so with that, hey, we pray this was an edifying camp. As always, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to. We give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and still teaching this truth. Much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, we say shalom.
Shalom to the elect.